everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I have my final pregnancy update for you guys. So as of right now I am almost 39 weeks pregnant. I will be 39 weeks tomorrow, but I wanted to film today. I just had like my doctor's appointment and I wanted to share a few things with you guys. I don't think that I will be doing another pregnancy update afterwards because I typically do them monthly. So even if the baby doesn't arrive on the 40, like on its due date, I'm still not gonna upload an extra video afterwards. But yeah, I'm gonna go through what how I've been for the last month and how everything has been going in the last few days as well. So in the last month was actually quite a good month. I was not working. I finished completely all of my work related stuff, even the hours that I was doing from home. Everything got cleared out pretty much at the beginning of the month, so I had time for myself, for my family, and for setting everything up. As of last month, we still hadn't had the baby shower and the room wasn't really set up either. Right now I am currently in the baby's room, so that's why the scenery is a little bit different in the background. But basically we as of last night, I would say that like 98% of the baby's room is done. I will be filming a nursery tour afterwards when everything is 100% set up, but that video will go up a little bit later on. You're not going to see it next week. I'm thinking I'm going to post it while I'm taking care of the actual baby. But that being said, honestly, like to finish at the nursery, I have just a few like ID tags that I want to put on stuff, like to make it easier for my boyfriend when he's looking for something, or for anybody else who is around just giving us a hand. If they want to find something quickly, like I want to do like some labeling on some boxes and stuff like that. And we still have to trim down the curtains that are right there. They're a little bit too long and there's a heater underneath them, and I don't want anything to burn or to have any hazards or anything like that. But the rest of the room is really done as of right now. And I also am waiting in the mail for two items. The hamper, the laundry hamper, and the trash can that we're going to be using. These two are still in the mail, as well as a few little pieces. But I have those few items that are coming in really early on next week, so I think that by Monday or Tuesday next week the nursery is going to be pretty much complete. So by the time you're seeing this, hopefully everything is set up in the nursery. But if anything happens and I go into labor a little bit prematurely, everything's still going to be fine, because everything that we need is already set up. As I mentioned in the last update, my shower hadn't occurred yet. It happened last weekend. So my brother and one of our friends were organizing it with the help of my parents. My parents were like, honestly, like a lot of it fell on them, like to organize everything. It was really nice. We had some of our close friends. The only family members that were there were my parents, as I mentioned. My boyfriend's family wasn't gonna come, so for that reason we didn't invite my whole family. It would have been a little bit weird. But yeah, we were really blessed with the gifts and with the love that we received, and it was really nice. And after that I was able to like finalize the little pieces of shopping and of buying that we needed for the baby. And now I was able, and then during this week I was able to like wash everything and put everything away and make sure that everything was completely set for the baby. So like my stress level on the organizational aspect of the baby's first days and stuff like that has dropped by a lot. I'm now a lot more calm on those aspects. As far as health has been going for the last month, honestly I must say that my health is doing better. I had a few issues with my with low blood pressure and pressure drops. But honestly, in the last week, my pressure, like I had a doctor's appointment last week and one this week, and my pressure went up by a lot, which is very nice, because in my case, like I don't do high blood pressure, I do really low, and that has been causing some issues. So the fact that it's going back up a little bit is good. My doctor said that it's normal at the end of the pregnancy. Usually it goes back up a little bit, which is really nice, because I don't necessarily have a lot more energy, but I feel a lot better though, so it's really good. So that's pretty much been it. I don't have any other like weird like symptoms or anything like that. Of course, like the baby is still moving around, and sometimes I do have some contractions and pain related to that, but nothing too intense that I didn't have before. So it's really been doing great in the last month. As I mentioned, I had my doctor's appointment today. The baby's head is now like facing downwards, so it's in two position, but it's not, like I said, it's not fixed. So that means that it could still potentially be moving around, but I don't think he will. Like in the last 2 weeks, he hasn't really changed position all that much. So we're pretty much thinking that he will stay head down for me to go into labor. But there were no signs of like labor coming too soon, in the sense that the baby, since his head isn't fixed, he is not really pushing into the canal, and there's no dilation or anything like that. So I don't think that I will be going into labor too early. So I don't think that I will be going into labor within next week, but that could definitely change. But I don't have any like symptoms, like medical symptoms saying that I will. So I'm thinking that maybe he will arrive on his due date or a little later than that. I know that there are procedures that they can do to kind of help induce labor, and what we talked about with the doctor is maybe on my next appointment, which is Wednesday of next week, I might be like we might be starting those procedures just to help go into labor a little bit faster. But I didn't want to do them as of today. I'm not 100% ready, and I wasn't like, I'm still giving the baby a little bit of time to be prepared for himself. Also, like as I just mentioned, I'm not 100% ready, and that really dawned on me yesterday. Been really pushing back in my mind, like, okay, I will be ready once this is done, or once that is done, or once, and I've been really pushing back that area. So I'm really thinking that I will never be 100% ready in my mind. Labor does stress me out a little bit, which I think is normal because, well, it's an unknown situation, and yes, it can cause pain and all that jazz. So I think it's normal to be a little bit stressed, especially since the first. But I still want to see that little guy, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm still a little bit stressed. And I realized how stressed I was. Like yesterday, I had a little bit of a breakdown with my boyfriend, and he had to like take me in his arms and make sure, like, and help me feel a little bit better, just because I realized that like our lives are going to change once the baby is here. And I actually I really want that child, but I still really like my life the way it is right now as well. So like all of that has been starting to like add up a little bit in me. That plus the lack of sleep for not being able to sleep a consecutive night, and all that jazz, and the emotions and like the hormones and everything is being mixed up together. So and the last few weeks I've been a little bit emotional. But I think that I'm getting closer to being mentally ready for the baby, which is good. So yeah, that was pretty much all that I had for this video. As I mentioned, technically my due date is in a little bit less, at the moment that you are seeing this video, it's a little bit less than a week away. My due date is on the 19th of November. Of course, I don't know if the baby's gonna be on time because I don't have a like scheduled C-section or anything like that. I think I will go through a natural birth process. And I still have some unresolved questions in my mind about the actual labor process and everything like that. I still have a few like questions to discuss with my boyfriend or with the doctor and stuff like that. There are still a little bit of pieces of the puzzle that I have to that have to be put together. But so far, as I mentioned, the last one has been doing good, and hopefully within like a week and a half, we should be having a new member in our house. So this is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.